How go, my people? Hope everything cool. This your boys, Dem Island Boys. Yeah, we're back. Sorry for the hiatus, but you know, life. So, it is what it is. But we had to come back to do this review for the Black Panther. More fire, more fire. Yeah, boy. Now I know y'all like mother sick, but it's very disrespectful, Dread. This nigga come do a review in a DC comic shape. The Flash. Hey, I love them all. So it is what it is. Hate down in the comments below. Now we got the Black Panther, you know, Marvel's, what they trying to say, the world's first black superhero, but we all know Blade was there first.
Yeah.
We know Mediocre Man was there first. Even if you want to call Blank Man, even though it's a parody, he was there and all. So we got some black superheroes on the screen before Black Panther, but this movie is still significant, you know, going on what's happening today anyway. So we still give it its props, you know. So we got Chadwick Boseman, you know, he's the Black Panther. We got Michael B. Jordan, you know, Killmonger.
The girls, them sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all mark up. Make me want to mark up myself. No, don't. No. Yeah. And that tribal.
All over my body.
We got Lupita Nyong'o, you know, from 12 Years a Slave.
Yep.
That's where everybody remember her from.
That's the boys, them sugar.
Yeah, man, she's a cutie. She's a cutie. Then they got, you know, my girl here, Danaya. Oh Lord, I saying this wrong. Danai Garia Guda. I mess up, but y'all know I'm talking about homegirl from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in it.
You know what that is.
And we get some other favorites. You know, we get the #1 strongest black woman in all the movies.
One shot.
Angela Bassett.
One
you know,
shot.
If they need a black actress, what they say, we need a strong black actress to play the mother of Africa.
Who do we call?
Angela Bassett.
Yep.
Now, we get Andy Serkis. You know, he always doing motion capture, but they got him inside there. He was a cool character in this film as well. So how you feel about it so far? What you thought about it?
Man, you forget one thing, man.
What I forget?
We had our Bahamian boy doing some stunts inside this movie too, you know.
Oh, Elwood. Elwood.
I'll correct it in post.
Yeah, but it was Elwood. Yeah, man, I remember when he used to be doing free running down here. It's good to see that, you know, he kept pushing for his dream. And now he's inside a big blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll be doing more, and then we'll actually be able to tell that's him.
Yeah.
So he'll be in the front. So hopefully keep on pushing, boy. Do your thing, boy.
Yeah.
Be proud of you.
Make the bombers proud.
Bing,
buddy.
bing. So now, what you think about the movie?
That's the best movie of the year, dog. Best movie of the year. All I know is a slew of people been to watch this movie, dog.
Yes, boy.
A slew.
Boy.
So I know they rake up at the box office.
Yeah, they had to, boy.
Yeah.
At the show in Nassau, boy, at the mall, you know, we have the theater down here called Galleria at the mall, boy. We went for the 6:45 showing, and it's already sold out for the next day already. So lucky thing we got our ticket the day before. So, man, I ain't gonna lie, our people came out and support this movie and drove. And my opinion, they weren't disappointed. It was a really good, well put together movie.
Yeah, I like the backstory.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I didn't know too much about Black Panther before he hit the screen with, you know, Avengers boys then. I didn't know too much about him.
I like how they show lineage to show that, you know, the Black Panther mantle is passed on from generation to generation. You know what I mean? But also, to get that, you can't just be it. You know, you have to earn it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, when Homeboy was becoming king, he had to go through his trials.
Yep.
You know, he had to earn to be a Black Panther. You can't just, you know, like some other superheroes or whatever.
Just pass it on.
You know, just born with it, or they get bitten. Okay, they have to be a superhero.
Yeah.
Nah, this right here, this could deal with legacy. This movie dealt with legacy, and which is really, really good to see.
The Black legacy.
That Black legacy. This movie is well put together. Story-wise, you know, like how we say, you know, they went in depth with the characters, you know, the origin of the Black Panther.
Yep.
And also went into the origin of the villain. So you can have a full understanding of where he came from, you know.
Why he did what he did.
Right. And they're basically trying to say, like, right now this is breaking the curse of Marvel villains. Saying because he is so fleshed out, like, you understood. It isn't like, okay, you have to guess where this villain's point of view come from or where he came, how he get into this movie. You don't got to worry about that. They actually showed it to you, explained it to you, and it made sense. Good, good special. Okay, I don't want to say totally good special effects because I get mad.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
But I can still call out Marvel though. Stop thieving the money, man. Use the money to make things better. That's what I'm trying to say. The first two Avengers, you gotta see money was spent. These words to feel real, the effects to feel real, even the first Iron Man and stuff, to feel real. I could tell when y'all changed Black Panther into the cartoon Panther. Y'all pissing me off, Marvel. But that's my only qualm though, when you see the effects dip in and out. But other than that, still an excellent film.
Glad he got that out the way.
Yeah, I had to get it out because you know me.
Foolishness.
Yeah.
It didn't take away from the movie for me.
Nah, the story kept you well engaged.
Right. The story was moving. Now, mind you, the action didn't kick in like right away.
No.
The trailer make you feel like the action kicking in right away.
I mean, they had the first little cool scene at the beginning. That was in the trailer.
Scene.
But then it took a little while.
I won't freeze.
I never freeze.
Yeah. But then, they had to go through the storyline, backstory and stuff. So the action didn't really kick in on you like that.
Yeah.
But the story was solid, Dread.
Yeah,
solid.
And that's the thing we really hold it together. Because I mean, then to another qualm, with the fight scenes, they were cool. But I've seen better fight scenes in Marvel. I've seen better fight scenes like in Winter Soldier and Civil War. I saw better choreographed fight scenes. And this one, I guess because it's the director's first time, I guess, doing an action film. Because I know he's known for more drama. He's well known for drama. So probably there's a new field to get into that action. But I mean, it's still good. But me being an action fanatic, an action fan, I could tell. But it was still cool. So I'll just take a half point off for that.
Only a half.
Only half. Because I know Marvel could do better. Because Marvel did better with Winter Soldier. Basically, all the other Marvel movies, the fight scenes were better. So to me, this is the weakest one when it comes to the fight scenes. But when it comes to the action and the scope of the world, storyline, and everything, solid, boy. Solid, boy. Solid. Because you actually felt for these characters. You felt for what Black Panther was going through. Because the story carries on right after Civil War.
Yep.
Because if you haven't watched Civil War, spoiler, his father dies. And he had to go through a whole journey how to deal with that kind of grief. And now this is another journey on how to become a king. Solid, man. And then too, we got Killmonger. Who basically
you felt sorry for him.
You felt sorry for him when you found out his backstory and where he came from. So how would you thought about the visuals?
On point. If you go in there thinking that you're gonna see a real world, you really don't get much of that.
No.
But still, I know what I was going into.
It was better than Thor's Ragnarok.
Exactly.
World.
It was better than that. So if you enjoyed Thor Ragnarok, then you'd enjoy this because this was better.
Yeah.
The world that they created was better.
Yeah, and you felt more engulfed engulfed in it. Yeah, you felt more engulfed into that world.
Yeah.
Especially how they came on with the wildlife and how everything was incorporated around nature. Wakanda. Oh yeah, I wish that place was real. Man.
Make you want to go to Africa for real, dog.
I serious and start looking for vibranium, dog.
Yep.
That's what?
But the only thing you'll get is lying on your butt.
Before we get into spoilers, what do you think about it? So you give it a thumbs up? You liked it?
I am not just giving it a thumbs up. That's a dread movie.
Dread.
You don't do thumbs up around here. That's a dread movie. What do you give it?
I give it. You need a rating between dread and solid. All right. You know what? I could be biased, and I could give it a low dread.
Hence, that's why you're wearing the shirt.
That's not why I'm wearing the shirt.
That's why you're wearing the shirt. You can't trust niggas for wearing the shirt. I don't know if I can. I
am a DC head.
Yeah, you can't trust this.
But I respect all comics, and I respect this movie. This movie is way better than Justice League.
It was.
All right, then.
I think almost every movie is better than Justice
No,
League.
dog. Come on, dog. Wow, Dread.
Every superhero movie
That's not true.
was better than Justice League.
What?
Yeah, I shouldn't say
You
that.
like him married
My bad.
now,
Yeah, I
but
shouldn't say
what
that.
the
I just bug how he give it that low grade.
It ain't low. It's above. It's above solid. It's above solid.
It's above solid.
It's just slightly below dread. It's like a low dread. It's like a A minus.
If I could go above dread, I'd have give this an above dread. So I'd have give that a dread. That's what I think the movie was, a dread.
Okay, it's a double dread and a
double dread
and a low dread.
Yeah, a low dread.
But it was still great. So we recommend y'all go and see it. All right, you can put on your flash shirts and go see it to show that y'all ain't biased, that y'all love them all. Spoiler time. Let's get into this
Spoilers. Yeah.
Because you gotta talk about Killmonger, dog. He was a cool villain.
He was.
He was a cool villain because even though, like, I understood where he was coming from, even though I didn't agree with all of his ideologies.
Right.
I understood why he thought that way, and that's a good villain. It's like you understood the pain he was going through and why he was so aggressive. And it's like, okay, we gotta change how things are being done inside Wakanda and around the world.
Yep.
You know, he was an orphan, and shoot, big spoiler, we found out that basically his uncle was the previous Black Panther, the old king, was his uncle, and his uncle killed his brother.
Yep.
Because his brother basically betrayed Wakanda. And his brother had reasons too. It's like it's like you didn't understand. It wasn't like, oh, his brother was an evil guy. It's like it was like one of those gray areas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what would you do if you were put in this, if you have this power and you were put in this situation, like what choices would you make? And that's what this movie really is pushing on. Like, what would you do with all this power, with all this wealth? What would you do?
Right.
You know what I mean? What you thought about Killmonger and his people?
Man, Killmonger was the boss, right?
Yeah, he was a boss, but
when you compare him to the villain for like Justice League,
no comparison.
no comparison.
No comparison.
This boy was a boss. I didn't like how he was carrying on at some points when he reached Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's freaking himself out a little bit.
Yeah, he's going too hard.
He's going too hard.
He's on some mess right there. He just is on 11.
Yeah, he's freaking right out.
But he's freaking right out.
He still had a reason for what he's doing. He was a boss king.
Yeah, you understood exactly what's going on. Because I mean, as I say, he was an orphan. Then he found out that he was inside the military.
Yeah.
And he basically was trained as one of those
killer,
like a straight up killer, but one of those special killers that go into countries and he's like economic suicide. What they call it? Economic. I forget. Economic assassin.
Yeah.
Basically, where they'll go in and they'll disrupt the government. And make everything, if the government's going solid, they'll go in there, disrupt it, and make the government have to depend on the American government and break down that country from the inside.
Yep.
Kill who you have to kill. It doesn't matter as long as his mission is accomplished. That's what he did, and he had that mentality going through to say, okay, his eye is on the throne for Wakanda because he know who he was. He knew that his daddy was another bloodline to be able to be king, and he's like, he's going to get that throne. So he's going there with full aggression. You know, it's really deep. It's really deep.
Yeah, man.
Shoot.
That's how we coming to get the tune on YouTube. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The women inside this movie.
And the year of the women, man. This is
Boy,
the year of the women.
It's the decade of the women, but they pushing woman feminism, whatever. They pushing that strong.
Time's up.
But I like what they did with this though.
Yeah.
I like what they did with this because in this one, they showed these women. They showed this woman to be strong and competent women, that can stand side by side to a man. But they were actually were women.
They were women.
They were still. You can still
women.
look at them and be like, look. She look good, she fly, she know how to take care of herself. But you can also tell that she has the intellect and the strength to handle herself.
Yep.
You know, that she don't need the help of a man. It's like they complement. It's where men and women complemented themselves. They complement each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like, a competition to be like, she is better than him or he is better than her.
Yeah,
now it's like, okay, we working together. We all for the one honor and glory of Wakanda.
Right.
That's what it was. Even when they was at odds, they treated each other as equal. It wasn't with respect. You know what I mean? So it was cool. It goes by your skill, not just because you're a woman or you're a man. It goes by your skill, and they showed that. And I really appreciated that. Instead of just being, oh, this woman, she's tough and she could beat any man. Oh, this man is so dominant. He commands and controls these women. Nah, they had their own solid ground, and you felt the respect by each party involved. It was solid. So yeah, man. Thank you all for watching, and wait for the next movie review. Hopefully it'll be next week. Thanks.
If it's a good movie.
If it's a good movie. But don't worry, stay tuned. We can start getting back. We can get into DVDs and stuff like that. We're gonna be putting stuff out there. As we say, when we first came up with this channel, this is our journey. Bear with us, grow with us. Comment, subscribe, click like,
share.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Check us out on Instagram,
Facebook,
Facebook.
running Instagram.
Yeah, trying it out because we're gonna do our first impressions on Instagram and stuff like that. But be on it, and we thank you all for watching, man. Dem Island Boys.
Back at ya.
Boom.
Yeah. Jumping the beat is the best in the world.